Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to take a look at the physical Whirus unit. He is one of the Dragon Ball Fusions units and he's a pretty good one, and we'll see what he can do after his EZA. So with his EZA he has a physical type lead of 3 key and HP attack and defense of 100%. He also raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowers their defense, which is an okay skill effect, but greatly raising would probably have been slightly better. Then in terms of passive, he has a very nice passive. So he changes tech and int key spheres to physical key spheres, which is great. He also has attack and defense of 150% and gives fusion or Realm of the Gods category allies attack and defense of 30% with 3 or more key spheres. He also has a high chance of evading enemies' attacks, including super attacks with 5 or more key spheres, and has an additional attack and defense of 70% when attacking with 7 or more key spheres. So pretty damn good and very impressive, and there's a lot of moving parts to it which we'll talk about shortly. In terms of links, he has Godly Power, Connoisseur, The Innocence, Brainiac, Shocking Speed, Fused Fighter, and Sharing the Limit. And in terms of categories, Fusion, Realm of the Gods, and Crossover. So let's take a look at how he performs. We'll take a look at him on the Realm of the Gods team, which I think is his best team. He is usable on Fusion because of the Fused Fighters link, and he is usable on Crossover, but Realm of the Gods is going to be his best team, and that'll be the team we're trying it on. So the first thing we'll talk about is the ability to change to orbs. It's a very powerful ability that allows him to set himself up, but also makes him useful in nuking content, makes him useful in feeding other units, and there's a lot of great variability there in terms of how he can perform and how he can do. Then obviously the support function, so giving allies 30% attack and defense. It's nice that they made it Fusion and Realm of the Gods categories. A lot of crossover units are already Fusions and Realm of the Gods units, so him having this passive is pretty good. I'm glad they didn't make it crossover. It being Realm of the Gods and Fusion makes him a very nice unit that you can bring onto those teams. Even if you're not planning on using him as a main rotation unit, the simple fact that he provides 30% attack and defense makes him useful on both of those teams, and 3 key spheres is a very easy goal for him to obtain. High chance of evading enemies' attacks with 5 or more key spheres is nice. 5 key spheres with a double orb changing unit isn't something that's necessarily too hard to achieve, and a 50% evasion rate is very good and really helps out in terms of the hard events. So we've got him here. You can see that we're trying to set him up with the orbs. Nice defense, something pretty decent, 130,000. This is a rainbow unit, so it's a pretty solid unit. Now that we've got 8 orbs, remember his defense is going to shoot up. He's going to receive that additional 30% attack and defense, as you can see here. Defense is now 142,000 compared to 126 from before. And he will also receive the attack and defense bonus of 70% when attacking with 7 or more key spheres, which means he's close to 200k defense, which is good enough for the latter stages of long form events currently in the meta. And that's not with all of his best links activated. So that's a very good start from him and a very impressive attack stat. So very nice beginning. Obviously he does have some support in the form of the West Kai, but overall it's a very good start for Whirus. Obviously the 7 or more key spheres is usually something I would say is somewhat difficult to obtain, but having used this unit in this review and also utilized him in the SBR run, which you'll see in another video, it's actually pretty decently easy to obtain. It's not super easy to obtain. Obviously you do have to keep a couple factors in mind, but if you are aware of him being a unit and aware of him functioning and running on your team, then setting him up to have 7 orbs is actually pretty simple. It's not something that's incredibly difficult. It's actually relatively straightforward, which is really good. And he's actually good enough to be a main rotation unit. The high evasion is very helpful. Here we've got 4 links activated, which is very good. You can see here he's also sitting again at that threshold. We're going to pick up all of the orbs, and again his defense will pick up again. We're looking at 143,000, so around 200k when he super attacks. After he super attacks, remember, he also gets to raise attack and defense on his super, which is 20%, so, or 30%, sorry, so very, very nice from him there. We'll see his attack stat as well, but when not, he's going to look very good. Rainbow, 4.1 million, very nice. As a unit, really solid, and he has a good link set that links really well with Beerus units, which is why I say Realm of the Gods is kind of his best team. He shares 4 links with a lot of Beerus units. He shares 4 links or 5 links with a lot of Whis units, obviously because he's a fusion between the two, and the two already had pretty nicely reciprocal link sets. He pretty much shares some good links with all of them, and that makes him a really good choice for a Realm of the Gods team. Fuse Fighter is thrown in there, and it does help him on the fusion team, but it's not entirely necessary. If we look at the power he can gain from links, Godly Power gives him a 5% crit chance, which is nice. Connoisseur gives him 7% defense. Innocence gives him 5% more attack. Brainiacs gives him another 5% attack and defense. Shocking Speed, more defense. Fused Fighter, something you're not really going to activate that much, but is there, attack and defense of 5%, and Sharing the Limit, attack and defense of 5%. So if you were to add all of these up, you are looking at a solid 20% attack and another 20% defense, or 27% defense, and some additional HP recovery on a Realm of the Gods team, which is very, very good. It's a really, really solid little kind of team run there. It's very nice. So we've got him paired up with Whis here. He's got 5 links activated with Whis. Whis and him are their best shared linking partners. You can see he's got 147,000 defense already. That's because we're now activating the Brainiacs link, which is a very powerful link. And you can see he's got great defense. At a Rainbow level, he's not going to have defense. It's going to let you down. He's going to hit some really crackers attack stats. He can grow a little bit from link leveling, and this is without gear or anything like that. So there is scope for him to get even better. Crit is definitely the way to build this guy. He doesn't have super effective against all types, but he does obviously hit some pretty nice attack stats. So him being crit or being a full crit unit is going to be something that's really, really good for you, and it's going to maximize his damage. But yeah, I think that's everything we need to see. He'll function very similarly on a Fusions team, just he doesn't have as good a linking partner. So he's better as a floater on the Fusions team, and honestly, you can run him on crossover, but it's not entirely necessary. So overall, he's a pretty nice looking unit. And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of what you need to see numbers wise. We will now just take a brief discussion about his performance and his links. So for links, I would say the most important link is obviously Shattering the Limit or Shocking Speed. Those are his major key links, and those are going to be the ones that are quite easy to activate on Realm of the Gods or Fusion or Crossover. So yeah, Shocking Speed and Shattering the Limit are going to be the way to go in terms of where you want to kind of get your key links activated, who you want to activate them on, etc, etc. Then the next most important link is probably something like Godly Power. It's something a little bit more common amongst Realm of the Gods teams, which is nice obviously for you, to get that additional 15% attack. It's something that Goku units and units like Vados and Whis share. You can see here, obviously, there's a couple options with Godly Power. It's not necessarily exactly static, but this guy's, the Mecha Dabur, is a very good linking partner. He does a lot of good work. He shares good links with him, but he doesn't have big bad bosses on Whirus, which is the only real shame, obviously being the good or quote-unquote good version of Beerus. He doesn't have big bad bosses, which is okay, but it's just how it is. This Whis, as we saw, shares 5 links with him, which is very, very good. So yeah, realistically got some nice options, especially since this Whis is free to play, and they actually make a really nice pairing together. Vados, the free to play option, not so great just yet, probably needs an EZA. And when in doubt, you could use this free to play Goku if you want. They do at least share some links, and you'll get the key active. Plus they're both physical types, so you can use them both on physical stages, which is pretty good. And yeah, obviously if you want to look at something else, obviously Shocking Speed's another great key link, something that he will share in common with quite a few units, mainly God units, God Goku units, things like that. So yeah, definitely something that's, you know, a little bit, you know, more varied. Brainiacs is a bit more difficult to link to pick up, but units like Vardos and Whis, they all share those links, which is really, really good. And again, Piccolo is also a really nice pickup as a unit that you can pair with them on a physical team if you want to. So there are some really, really nice units here overall. It's just his link set's very varied. So you've got like 1 or 2 units that have 4 or 5 links with them, and then that's kind of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you feel about Whirus. Have you used Whirus? Have you not used him? Do you think he's any good? Do you plan on using him? And yeah, basically just let me know your thoughts, and let me know how you guys feel about this, you know, the Dragon Ball Fusion units in general. Do you like them? Do you not like them? It's always interesting to see how people feel. I had someone say that they felt that they were good units for starter players, and that was their purpose, and I can see that, and I think it's a fair point to make. So it's something interesting to see how people interpret all these units. That's it from me, so take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye.